Hi, this is Gerald Friedman, Professor of Economics, University of Massachusetts at Amherst, and I'm here today to talk about occupying the recovery, which starts with what recovery? We bottomed out. The economy in the United States bottomed out in 2009, which was a great achievement since it could have gotten a lot worse. And, things seemed to be looking better for a while in 2010, and people started saying, oh, everything's going to be all right, and then leveled off. Then things started getting better in 2011. Everybody started saying, oh, it's all going to get better, everything's fine. It leveled off. And right now, in spring 2012, things are looking a little better again. But let's get some perspective here. If for the United States to have the same rate of employment that it had before the crisis began, we need 11 million more jobs. 11 million more jobs, that's a lot of jobs, especially in an economy that's been having trouble generating more than 100,000 new jobs a month. But keep in mind also that we need more jobs just to stay even. We need like 80,000 more jobs just to deal with the increase in the population. We're a growing country. We have more and more people coming into 18 years old and looking for work, or 22-year-olds, whatever. So we need 1 million more jobs a year just to stay even where we are. We need 11 million jobs to catch up. How long will that take? At the rate of job creation that we experienced during the past recovery, the recovery from the 2001 recession, it will take us 13 years to catch up, to regain, to get those 11 million more jobs. At the rate of job creation we've had since November 2009, when things bottomed out, it will take 22 years. That is a very sobering number. There's very discouraging thoughts. Preparing some of these lectures and, making calculations like those, I wanted to go get a drink. It was bad. What's the problem? The problem is that we weren't doing that well before the crisis. And we weren't doing that well before the crisis because we, in the United States, we have some fundamental economic problems. And these problems are much greater than the financial crisis of the fall 2008. They go deeper. Oh, in my lax moments, I admit, I go around telling people I want to set up a guild. I used to do French labor history. I still do occasionally. My first book was about French unions. I can sing the Marseillaise and tear up at that scene in Casablanca in the bar. But I think about we should set up a guillotine in front of the New York Stock Exchange and chop off a lot of heads. There were a lot of people who behaved very badly, made a lot of money, caused a lot of problems. The financial sector owes big. That said, if we had never had a financial crisis, we would still have had a major economic problem. The Great Recession that we have is way more than the financial crisis. People focus on Say's law. People believe in Say's law, some variant of it. They want to focus on the financial crisis because they can explain that within Say's law. But no, the financial crisis was an epiphenomenon caused by the underlying crisis in the American economy, that we produce more than the income of our average person allows them to consume. We were able to cover that up with debt for a while. But the basic problem is there. The 99%, the people who we need to be buying things to consume, to maintain production, to maintain employment, they do not earn enough. The Occupy movement has brought this to people's attention. The 1% have too much of the income in this country to sustain, to allow the economy to sustain full employment. To change to restore those 11 million jobs, to bring the economy back in any timely fashion, to make the economy work for us all again, to bring back full employment, we need to redistribute income away from the 1% and towards the 99%. That is how we got out of the Great Depression of the 1930s. 1929 is eerily reminiscent of 2007. The share of income going to the wealthiest 1% or going to the wealthiest 1/10 of 1% was at a peak in 1929 and then another peak in 2006, 2007. Yeah. There's a reason for this similarity, because in both crises we had a fundamental problem of a shortfall in aggregate demand because of the structural distribution of income in this country. Until we fix the distribution of income, we won't fix the economy. That said, we do want to think a little more deeply. We got out of the last Great Depression. We redistributed income. We created a consumer boom. All very good. I believe that everybody should have a decent income. Everybody should have a decent, fair share of the possibilities of our consumer society. People need their cell phones. People need to be able to, everybody should have a laptop. Everybody should have good things. I'm all for that. But there's something else that is only partially captured by consumerism and consumption. As a society, we are pledged to the idea that all are created equal and endowed by their Creator with right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness needs the ability to consume. But it needs more. It needs the right to express yourself, the right to be a full participant in the making of our culture and of our community. That goes beyond, that includes access to income, but it goes further. And that is what is fundamentally at issue with neoliberalism. Neoliberalism is like, okay, distribute income to the rich. You know, that's part of it, but it's distribute power. Neoliberalism has been about a huge transfer of power away from normal people who would exercise power through communities, through labor unions, through democratic processes. And that power has been given to giant corporations, multinational banks, and the like. If we are to create a good society in America, the type of society that our founding fathers, our ancestors dreamed of, the type of society that brought my grandparents to America, we need to change the distribution of power in this country. That is really what the Occupy movement is all about. And that is what a real economic recovery would involve. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I have. And I thank you very much for your attention, and best wishes to you all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.